Hey, this is CyberRyan, and in this video I'm going to show you how you can pivot multiple times in a network with a tool called Ligolo. This is a follow-up video to my basic pivoting tutorial using Ligolo, so if you'd like a beginner level tutorial video on pivoting in Ligolo, I would recommend you start there first. Just for a quick recap on what pivoting is, pivoting in cybersecurity is a post-exploitation technique where an attacker like ourselves uses a compromised system as a pivot or a stepping stone to reach other systems on the network that our original attack box could not reach without it. Pivoting is important because it allows us to go even deeper into a target network. With a single pivot using Ligolo, we're downloading a Ligolo agent on the host we have a foothold on, and using it as a proxy so that our attack host can reach any internal networks that the foothold has access to. So for example, if my attack box and the target box are both on the 10.10.10.0 network, but the target we've gained a foothold on also has access to the 10.10.11.0 network, having the Ligolo agent running on that foothold would also allow our attack box to talk to any devices on that 10.10.11.0 network. So that is the premise of a single pivot, but what if we compromise a host on that 10.10.11 network that has access to another internal network such as 10.10.12.0, and all of our other boxes don't have access to that network either? Well, this is where multi-pivoting comes into play. So in a moment here, I'm going to show you how we can set up a second and third Ligolo agent and show you the steps for setting up your attack box and the other Ligolo agents acting as proxies so that we can reach the networks of those second and third pivots from our attack box. And this process can be repeated however many times so that we can continue to pivot into more internal networks that only certain machines, typically called jump boxes, have access to. With the multi-pivoting explanation out of the way, let's get started by setting up our attack box for these agents. So here we are in my attack box. I'm going to run ifconfig to show you what network interfaces I currently have on this attack box. And as we can see here, we have my ETH0 and ETH1 networks. These are networks from my home lab, so we can ignore these. And at the bottom here, we've got my tunnel 0 network with my IP address of 10.10.15.1, which is on the same network as our initial foothold that we're going to be setting up the first Ligolo agent on. And in the second tab, we are SSH into our first foothold. If we run ifconfig, we see the IP address that we were able to gain the foothold on over, which is 10.129.229.129. But we also see a secondary network interface, which is this ENS192 network interface that has an IP address of 172.16.5.15. Just to prove that we don't have access to this network from our attack box, we can go ahead and ping that IP address, and we see that we get no response. So the first thing we're going to do a little differently compared to my last video is that for each network that we discover, we're going to create a new network interface on our attack box using the naming scheme Ligolo for the first pivot, Ligolo double for the second, Ligolo triple, so on and so forth. So to do that, we're going to do a sudo IP tuntap add user Kali, which is the name of my user on this attack box, tun for a VPN tunnel interface, and then we're going to call it Ligolo. And then to set up that Ligolo network interface, we're going to do a sudo IP link set Ligolo up. And now if we do an ifconfig, we'll see that we have our Ligolo network interface set up, but obviously no network traffic is flowing through it yet. With that done, we can start running the Ligolo proxy by doing a sudo Ligolo proxy self-cert. We don't have to turn on the web UI, and now Ligolo proxy is running and listening on port 11,601. In this Ligolo agents directory is where I keep my Ligolo agents for transferring to footholds. So we're going to want to transfer the Linux agent to our foothold that we have through SSH on this web admin at inlane freight SSH connection. So to do that, I'm just going to transfer over HTTP using Python, but you can transfer the file however you want. Once we've transferred over the Ligolo agent, we can make it executable by doing a chmod +x and then the name of the agent. And then we can connect back to our Ligolo proxy by doing a /Linux agent or whatever you've named the Ligolo agent, -connect, and then the IP address of our attack box on port 11,601, and then ignore cert because we're using a self-signed cert. If you see connection established, then it should have worked. And back on our proxy, we see that the agent has joined our Ligolo proxy. To enter that session, we just type session, and then since it's the only session here, we just hit enter. And now we are on that web admin at inlanefreight.local agent. And now from here, we're going to want to start that Ligolo tunnel that we've created earlier so that we'll be able to reach all of that 172.16.5.0 network traffic through that Ligolo network interface that we set up earlier. So to do that, we just do a start --tun Ligolo. And if you remember from earlier, that route that we want to add is that 172.16.5.0/24 network range, which was that ENS192 network interface that our pivot had access to. So to make sure our Ligolo network interface has access to that network range, we're going to do a sudo IP route add the range of that internal network, dev Ligolo. And now we should be able to access hosts on that network range. As you can see here, I'm able to ping 172.16.5.15, which we couldn't earlier at the beginning of the video. To see all of our routes to make sure that you set it up correctly, we can do an IP route And at the bottom here is the route that we set up earlier, having all traffic from the 172.16.5 network range going through our Ligolo network interface. So now that we have our first pivot all set up, let's assume that we did some enumeration and we discovered another host and gained access to it. In this case, it is this pivot server 1 host. And if we do an IP config, we saw that we took it over through the IP address 172.16.5.35. We also see it has another IP address of 172.16.6.35 that again we don't have access to from our attack box or that initial pivot host that we compromised. So now it's time to multi-pivot or double pivot, and we're going to do a lot of the same steps that we already did for the initial pivot, plus a few additional routing things. The very first thing we're going to do is set up another network interface, this time called Ligolo double. So it's the same exact command as before, sudo ip tuntap add user kali mode tun. Well, we are changing the name of the interface from Ligolo to Ligolo double, just to easily differentiate from the two. Once it's created, we have to set it up by doing a sudo ip link set Ligolo double up. And now once again, when you do ifconfig, we have our Ligolo double network interface up and running. Now the next step is to go back into our Ligolo-NG proxy and make sure we are in the session of the first initial pivot. And then we're going to run this command, listener_add address 0.0.0.0:11601-2 localhost 11601-TCP. And basically what this is doing is setting up a listener on the initial pivot that we have access to. It's going to listen on port 11601 on all network interfaces. It's going to send it back to our local host, also listening on port 11601. So all traffic going to port 11601 on our pivot is going to be forwarded to us. So when we run our second Ligolo agent on the second compromise that we did, it's going to connect back to our first pivot, which is going to send all of its network traffic back to us. So essentially pivot server 1 is going to connect back to webadmin at inlane freight, which is going to relay the information to our local host or attack box. So let's go ahead and enter. Just to make sure that it worked, we can do a listener_list, and we see that the status of our listener is online. So now it's time to transfer our Ligolo agent to our second pivot host, which is a Windows box, the pivot serv 01. So you can transfer over that Windows agent to the second pivot however you'd like. I just use SMB and then went to mleafy's desktop and put it there. So now back on our shell on that second pivot, if we go to the desktop and do dir, we should see that the Windows agent is there. Now we can run the Windows agent.exe file using -connect to connect to our first pivot host, which is 172.16.5.15 over port 11601, which we know is listening because we sent up that listener earlier. And then again doing ignore cert because we use a self-signed cert. We should see connection established, which is good. And then over on our Ligolo proxy, we should see that a new agent has joined, which is our pivot server 1 box. And if we do a session, we now have 2 options, and we're going to want to go down to the second option, which is our second pivot now, and hit enter. And if we do an ifconfig inside our proxy on that second agent, we're going to want to add the 172.16.6 IP range to our Ligolo double network interface that we set up on our attack box. So to do that, it's just the same thing as we did for the first one, sudo ip route add, this time 172.16.6.0/24 dev, and then Ligolo double for that second network interface. And then back in our Ligolo proxy, we're going to want to make sure that we do a start --ton Ligolo double on that second pivot agent so that all the traffic going to and from this agent is going to our Ligolo double network interface. If we don't see any errors, we can go ahead and try and ping this 172.16.6.35 address. And we see we get responses. So in this video so far, we've taken over this first Linux host, which had access to another internal IP range of 172.16.5.0. We set up a Ligolo agent on this box to route traffic through that network, from which we were able to get access to this Windows server, which had an IP address of 172.16.5.35, which also had access to another internal IP range of 172.16.6.0. We then routed all traffic going through port 11601 on our first pivot host back to our attack box, and then set up a second Ligolo agent on this second pivot host that connected back to our Linux foothold, which connected back to us, therefore performing a successful double pivot. But the fun doesn't stop here. Just to show you that this process is repeatable, we're going to go ahead and do a third host. From our 172.16.6 pivot, we were able to gain access to 172.16.6.25 or pivot win10, and with some discovered credentials and RDP running on the box, we were able to connect to it over RDP. As we can see with this ipconfig command, we also have another internal network that we have access to, which is 172.16.10.0. So let's quickly run through the multi-pivoting steps again so that we can gain access to the 172.16.10 network from our attack box. First things first, let's make a new network interface called Ligolo triple. Then let's set that Ligolo triple network interface up. ifconfig confirms Ligolo triple is up and running. Back in our Ligolo proxy on the second pivot, we're going to do another listener add, listening on port 11601 on all network interfaces, and relaying that traffic back to our attack box on port 11601. We can do a listener_list to confirm, and now we've got both the first pivot and the second pivot listening on port 11601. We've transferred over the Ligolo Windows agent to our vFrank desktop, so let's go ahead and connect back to our Ligolo proxy by connecting to 172.16.6.35 over port 11601, which is the IP address of the listener we just set up in Ligolo proxy. We get a connection established, which is great, and back in our Ligolo proxy we see that the agent has joined. So let's add that 172.16.10.0 network to the Ligolo triple network interface. Switch our session in Ligolo proxy to our third pivot, and then start that third tunnel by doing a start-ton Ligolo triple. And just like that, we should now be able to access any devices that are on the 172.16.10 network. As you can see here, we're getting successful pings, and we've just successfully triple pivoted. That's it for this video on multi-pivoting. If you enjoyed, please leave a like and subscribe for more cybersecurity content like this. Please leave a comment down below if you have any suggestions or any questions, and join my Discord if you haven't already. There's been a lot of great conversations in there, especially around the CPTS. So if you're interested in that, go ahead and join, and I'll see you in the next one. See ya.